Hi everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I am going to be talking about detox, the do's, the don'ts, what to focus on. This is something that I have been chatting with a lot of women recently about, and I think is a really important topic to chat about. So, this is all in honor of my upcoming book, The Female Fat Solution, and I'm really excited for our new Jumpstart Challenge that is starting May 1st, but if you want to jump right in and you are ready to go, you can click the link that's attached here and learn more. Also, if you are finding this information helpful, I would so love and appreciate it if you click the share button. That way other people can really get this information too. I'm so passionate about educating women to really work with their bodies instead of fighting against it. There are so many different tweaks that need to be made to nutrition, to health, that are really geared towards women. In fact, I'm not sure if I ever really talked about this. I talk so much about my new book that I actually don't talk that much about the book I already have out, which is called Stop Your Day, and it is about the top 10 health conditions that affect women and how they present differently in women than in men, and what women should really think about and focus on to focus on their health overall, because so many women don't realize that there are different triggers for women in their body. So this is a side note, but just really quick. One of the things that's really important for women to realize is that things like a heart attack presents completely different in women than it does in men. So men will get the typical chest pressure and left arm pain, and they'll be like, oh, I'm having a heart attack, right? You see that in the movies all the time. In women, completely different presentation. Women will tend to get jaw pain or neck or back pain here, and then they don't feel good. They're like, oh, I just kind of feel sick. Maybe I'm coming down with something. That's the symptoms. Not even close to what's been ingrained in our brains about what says heart attack, right? Ugh. Anyway, so I am really passionate about women's health overall, and this is why I do what I do. So the first book I have is out on Amazon. I do talk about it sometimes in when I talk about stress or different things like that. So if you guys have questions on that ever, I can always go over it. But anyway, but I am just passionate about women's health and nutrition. That's where I've geared my focus now. So when we talk about detoxing, the do's and the don'ts, one thing that I see really often with women where they jump in and they have a bad experience or they're really doing some damaging things to their body is because they're following some type of detox regimen. And I use detox because there's so many different things out there. Like that face. Oh my God, there's so many things out there that you really got to be careful on what you're getting yourself into. There can be a ton of things out there, and sometimes women will just jump in. They're wanting a result so much so that they just jump into anything, and then whatever they jump into is really the wrong thing for them. So yeah, really be careful about what you're doing detox-wise. So that's why I want to go over this and the do's and the don'ts. So when we talk about do's for detoxing, the goal of a detox is to sort of flush out a bunch of the bad crap in your body. How does it get there? I could spend I could spend days talking about that. But essentially, yes, there is junk in your body and in your system. No matter how clean you eat, how much you exercise, just the physical byproduct of chemical reactions that occur in your body, there's a chemical reaction and then there's byproducts that happen because of that. That stuff is sometimes toxic and your body has to kick out. And depending on your overall health or other things, sometimes your body needs help doing that. And that's where detoxing comes in. It can be really refreshing. You can get a lot of energy from it, feel really good. It's a very common thing. I mean, you just go on Google and you said detox or something, there's going to be a bazillion things that pop up about detoxing. Foods, regimens, teas, supplements, all these things. Detox all the things, But when we talk about detoxing, make sure you're doing the right thing for you. So many times I hear people say, oh, I tried this detox and it didn't work for me. I didn't get any results. Well, maybe you weren't doing it long enough, or maybe it was just completely the wrong type of detox for what you actually wanted to have happen. I got really sick. That can be a common thing. And that can depend on what you're doing and also where you're starting at. One thing, and I work with a lot of women who are not in the same health, circle, we'll say, as a lot of other people. These women have struggles with their hormones, struggles with their health. Something's not right. It can be from having babies, from birth control, something like that. Stress in and of itself can shut down how your hormones work normally. So these are the women I work with a lot, and they get really frustrated because they're trying to do this thing. They're like, everybody else does this thing, and I see this, it's supposed to go like this, and I'm not doing that. It's not happening for me at all. What the heck is wrong with me? Or what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. It's just not the right thing for what's happening in your body. So you need to match that. So when you're going through a detox, and I always encourage people, try new things. I constantly try new things all the time, no matter how crazy it is. If somebody's like, this is really healthy, I'm like, okay, gonna do it. I'll try it. So yeah, you were just told your liver will detox on its own and just eat 1,200 calories. 1,200 calories for what? Like, your body needs that to just sustain itself a lot of the time. And if you're under stress, it needs, okay, that's a different. Thank you for writing that comment, Katie, because it's making me angry. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is completely not the right information for women to follow at all. Okay. So, detoxing, try things, yes, absolutely. But a few just tips as you're going through a detox to kind of keep in the back of your head, because I've heard a lot of women who go through a detox and they will push through this detox and they're like, I just told to do this thing. And I've done this too, right? I did a detox. This was years ago. Oh man. This was, I think I'd already had my third kid. This was maybe 6 years ago. I was like, yeah, I'm going to just detox. It looks fun. Whatever. Whatevs. It's a 7-day thing. And I'm just going to drink this thing every day, twice a day for 7 days. That's what it was. So I drank this thing and I just ended up having massive diarrhea for 7 days. Yep. Just all the time for the 7 days. That was the detox. Yeah. That was not fun. I did not have any fun during that. Yet still, even after the first day, I was like, this is really terrible. Guess what? I still did the 7 days. What? I know, right? I know better, but I did it. So these are the things where, knowing what I know now, like, no, just don't go through and don't finish it. So the do's, when you're doing a detox, do your research, again, try things out, but do your research or look at what you're doing and talk to people who've done it themselves, because sometimes that can give you the best result, the best idea going into it. Meaning, did they actually go through with the whole thing or not? Did they start it and they were like, oh, this sucks, I quit, That's going to tell you one way or another too. Take that into consideration, but don't base your results just on somebody else, especially if you're at a different starting point than they are. If your starting point is back here, again, you're probably going to get a completely different result if their starting point is over here, So it's always good to ask people, but look at things, or you can even ask me. I've literally done every detox out there, every cleanse, every detox that I've ever been exposed to, even going through graduate school, and we got, bombarded with different things, and I'd be like, sure, I'll try that. There is one detox I did not do, and I will tell you the name of the product. I thought about it, but I said no. The product was called Colon Blow. I said no to that, just based on the name alone. And that was the only one that I haven't done. Other than that, I've done literally every other thing out there. So if you have questions on a detox you're looking into, please let me know. I would be more than happy to chat with you about that, or you can message me if you want to chat about detoxes. Yes, after I was done with those 7 days and I stopped detoxing, I did feel great because I stopped having diarrhea everywhere. What? Okay. So, right. Okay. So, okay, I'm actually going to get to the thing, right? I feel like sometimes I go in circles and I talk in circles. Yes, that's a thing, by the way. The colon blow, not a joke. Okay. So do's and don'ts for detoxing when you're looking at anything. So these are, I want to say, general things. And I'm going to talk later about doing some specific things for women, because women detox differently than men do. Shocker, right? Everybody's so surprised when I say that. I know you're surprised. Okay. So first listen to your body. Listen to how your body's responding. Sometimes going through a detox is intense. Again, like I said, I've done detoxes for years. I've done so many different types of detoxes. in the past year, I have, gone through some different periods where I was under extreme stress. I had some hair falling out. There's a lot of different life changes that happened. And my body reacted really differently. And then from doing some of these detoxes, normally when I would do cleansing or something like that, or I'd do a fasting day, I would feel great. I would feel wonderful. But after the stress that I had, I would go through a fasting day and I would just feel like I almost had to kind of come back up out of it again. Like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And it took me a couple of days. And then I was like, okay, now I do feel better. Now I feel like I cleansed yesterday instead of 3 days ago, but it took me a little bit to build myself back up. So listen to what's going on in your body. If you start a detox or a cleanse and you have a really negative reaction, like you're vomiting everywhere, maybe ease into it. Take whatever it is at a half dose or do it just a smaller amount of time. These are just general recommendations to try because that detox can be a big shock on your system, and that's what it's reacting a lot. Normal detox symptoms are things like headache or, a little bit of brain fog or some low energy sometimes while you're doing it, but you should always feel better after it, right? So those are some things too. I always recommend doing detoxes in shorter bursts of time, especially for women when they're having hormone issues. And kind of repeating that again to build up in between those detoxes versus, of course, eat clean, eat healthy, right? All that stuff versus doing like a 21-day intense all vegetable detox. Like this is a thing that in grad school, a lot of us did that, like you just pick one green vegetable to eat that day. And that's your green vegetable for the day. And that's all you eat that day. And you take this, detox supplement stuff and do this other routine. And then you do that for 21 days. There's no protein in there. There's no other nutrient in there. Ugh. So, different things like that just to kind of think about. There's a lot of crazy stuff out there. So listen to how your body's responding when you're starting it, during it, and after. And yes, sometimes it takes a little bit to get into the flow of it. But if you're having a bad reaction like I did, like the extreme diarrhea, maybe ask more questions about that. Okay. Pace, and go at an incremental pace, especially if you're like, woo, okay, I'm detoxing, maybe it's for the first time in a long time, or I had a really traumatic life event, moving, death, breakups, all those things, traumatic life event that your body physically has reactions to. Then going through a detox is going to be different, even if you've done that detox before. So take it at a slower pace. Do half detox or a little bit of a detox every day for a while to build up to sort of prime your body to get ready to do a fuller big detox. Just a little like easing into it as your body's recovering from some of these other things. And then track your progress. I always say track your progress because when people go through weight loss, and you're doing a detox for weight loss purposes, a lot of times people go on the scale or they're taking measurements and all this, great. But if you're doing a detox and you're doing it on a regular kind of basis, even if it's a maintenance basis and you're not tracking your results there, then it's really hard to remember. Oh, last month, I think I felt good. I don't know. And again, this is really important too if you've gone through a big life event or something has happened or you got injured or, say you had surgery or something. Also important just to track and write things down. Side note on how I track things. Of course, I would love to say that I keep a journal and I write. Oh, I've bought bazillions of journals. I love them. I have an addiction to notebooks and like fun notebooks and pens and all these other things. But I don't track in them very well. Where I find I track really well is on my calendar. I'm on like my family calendar, like a big calendar. We've got like baseball practice, spring break, all those things. And I will write down kind of, okay, cleanse day. And I'll be like, frowny face, or something, or however I'm feeling. Little code symbols for myself. But that way I can flip back and check back and how I was doing. That's just where I remember to keep things. So do whatever it is for you, but listen to your body, go at your own pace when you're working into things, and then track what you're doing so you can really compare results. Don'ts for detoxing, don't go overkill on it. There are some people who are like, more is better, right? Oh, I'm going to do this detox and I'm really going to do it. Give me all the detox things. That's really hard on your system. Detox protocols are set a certain way for a reason, so that your body can process through it correctly and it doesn't have damaging effects. That's for a normal person. Paige, hi Paige! You suck at tracking. An easy app, not my fitness pal. Ooh, so the only other thing I use, and this would be a great question for anybody else watching this for tracking things, I put a lot of things in my notes app on my phone. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, Melissa, you have a ton of empty journals too. I know, I have this addiction. Every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I like peruse the journal section and I'm like, ooh, I don't have that one. Yeah. When I moved recently, I found out I had, I'm not kidding, 2 bins, like container bins of journals. Some of them were used, some of them I've used for things like conferences or other things like that. But a lot of them, they just are empty and they look pretty. Empty journals filled with all the potential of the world. Look at all the things I can write down in there. Ah, so great. Anyway, so that's my addiction. Thinking about it now, and I'm like, maybe I could go to Barnes & Noble this weekend. I'm sure I could find an excuse to go there. Anyway, yes. But, so besides my FitnessPal tracking page, it asked about that. I put things in my notes on my phone. Sometimes I do that, or I will message myself on Facebook Messenger, because then I can also track and see what day I did things. If I do that on the go, I will leave myself voice messages or something, because that's, yeah, because I would love to be like super organized. And before I had kids, I was a super organized person, and after kids, I don't know. Anyway, maybe when they move out, I'll get it back. Maybe. Okay. So don't go overkill. Follow a protocol as it should be. It's set that way for a reason. Don't fake it, meaning don't go through a detox of any kind and use any fake stuff. So this is, I'm more alluding to any, sometimes people are like, oh, well, I'll do this detox and I'm not supposed to have coffee, but I'll just have this energy drink because it's got 0 sugar in it, but the energy drink has artificial sweeteners and flavors and junk in it. That ruins the detox right there. That just ruins it. It's ruined. So that's the thing with fake it. Don't fake it. Don't use any fake ingredients, anything else like that. Again, that's just going to ruin everything. So really be conscious of what you're using during a detox. If there are products that you're supposed to be using, it's best to use those products or something very similar to it. But again, if it says no coffee, or if it says no, no gluten or whatever, like, oh, I'm just going to have a little bit of, well, then just eat all of it, because then you're not doing it. But most of the time people will look at things and say, oh, I need more energy. I'm doing this detox. I'm feeling low in energy. I want to pick me up. So I'm going to get something that's got energy in it for me. And it's something that's fake, and it's something that's going to ruin the detox. And then the last piece of this is don't skip the recovery period. So your body goes through a detox period, but not enough people talk about the recovery after the detox period. Most of the time, recovery can be really quick if your body is healthy, strong enough, and can flush that junk out of there, and you reboot fast, like overnight or within a day. Great. If you are struggling with hormone issues, with stress, with any other metabolic issue, tons of things can affect this, but your body may take more time to recover from doing the detox. Yes, it's good for you. Yes, you're going to get a better result from it overall, but you will need a recovery time before you just jump back into your regular daily routine of how you normally eat. Sometimes you have to ease back into the regular way that you eat, or the regular way that you do things. So, so think of it, instead of being like, oh, I'm going to eat how I normally eat, and then just really like do this detox, boom, and then you go right back to it. Sometimes that's too hard to do. It might be like, oh, I'm going to slowly incorporate this detox and then kind of slowly come out of it. So starting to incorporate some detox things a day or two before you're really focusing on a detox, and then slowly come out of it. It's easier on your body system, especially when you're really working on improving some really tough things. You know, again, stress being one of them, because your body system is reacting completely differently when you're having a lot of stress. So when people do a detox and they skip a recovery period, or you're not fueling your body with really nutrient-dense food, and nutrient-dense food can be, you know, great protein shakes or things like that. Also, really healthy foods like spinach and kale and, you know, green vegetables, nuts, and, you know, all the good healthy stuff, right? But you may want to focus on that a ton the day or two after you do a detox, just to really flood your body with nutrients, because it's just done a lot of work for you detoxing. And it says, hey, hello, I did all this stuff for you. Where's the love, right? That's where I, you know, refuel with a little recovery period after the detox. So, whew, lots of good info on detoxing here. Yeah, so if you guys have questions, please let me know. But this is something that I've done a lot of, and I've helped people do a lot of different types of detoxing. But again, sometimes people really focus on doing a detox, but it's I want to say wrong detox, or a detox that's not, like they want to do a detox to get more energy, but they're doing a detox to lose weight. Those can be different things. Or they want to lose weight and they're doing a detox for estrogen. So just different things there. So it depends on what you really want your result to be, to tweaking the detox that you're doing to get the right result. So anyway, everybody have a great night. And if you are interested in the next group that I am starting, again, click on that link that is right there. And then you can get jump started. So what you're saying is that colon blow is the best one. Oh my God. I don't know, Melissa. I don't know about that one. I didn't do it. Yeah, I just didn't, I did not try that one. You know what? If you give it a go, why don't you let me know how it goes? I will take your experience as my own in that case. Yeah. After that 7-day I did, where I was like, oh, I can't leave the house, really. Oh my. That was really intense. Yeah. But not so great with the results. So, so nice. All right. I know, right? There's so many things out there. And again, I feel like women get targeted for some of these things just because they try and sell like quick and cheap, you know, weight loss things. And I mean, detoxing is good. Cleansing is good. It's a good thing to do, but it's all about what you want to have happen for your body and your system, and where you're at and how you're going to get there. So, all right, let me know if you guys have questions. Otherwise, I will see you guys later.